the issues of effective development of new technologies, but also mitigation, and ensure that at the same time economic development, job creation and business formation are part of the outcome of the partnerships we develop in response to the harmful effects of climate change. We also paid some attention to issues of peace and security, particularly on the African continent. We appreciate the role that many of our partners in the global community play in assisting us to end conflicts on the African continent, but we are convinced, along with the African Union, that we've got to have a stronger focus on African solutions to African problems, and that it must be Africa that plays a role in resolving its issues of peace and security. So we are supportive of the role of IGAD in assisting the protagonists in Sudan to have discussions on how we might arrive at a peace settlement in that sister country. We also have agreed a greater role for the African Union as part of our deliberation in the Peace and Security Council of the African Union. We've agreed we should establish a high-level panel that would play a role alongside IGAD in Sudan. And of course, we are watching with great interest the developments in Mali, given the recent referendum on their constitution, and we would like to see a process that leads to a democratic outcome, a proper election, and the installation of a civilian government. We hope that 2022 really saw the end of coups on the continent. We thought we'd arrived at that several years ago and have been dismayed at the number of coups that we experienced in 2022. But we are paying close attention to entrenching democracy on the continent and ensuring that illegal takeovers of government become part of the past of Africa rather than a practice that is so associated with our countries. We've agreed, you and I, that we must continue to collaborate on utilizing our foreign policy work to empower women across the globe and work more closely, particularly with women in the areas of post-conflict reconstruction, where we often find that women who are the victims of war are not included when peace is settled. And when new institutions of democracy are established, women are not in those new parliaments, they are not leaders in those countries. We have to end that situation and ensure that we support women in capacity building so that they can assume political leadership in their countries, that they're trained to be campaigners for political office, that they have support for their organizations so that we as women take our place in political institutions throughout Africa and throughout the world. I'm really thrilled at the work that's being done in science, technology and innovation between Germany and South Africa. And I'm especially pleased that the government of Germany, through its development agencies, is supporting our ambition for higher levels of vocational education and technical skills development. Our people seem to have a strong affinity to university qualifications and don't wish to be artisans. So we hope you will help us through the quality training that Germany has, this perspective in our nation, and have our young people understand that in fact if you become an artisan, you will be your own employer, you will establish your own enterprise. And so I really thank Germany for the work being done with our colleagues in higher education and training. We have confirmed in conclusion that our cooperation is one of the strongest partnerships that we have with a country in Europe, and we value this partnership And I look forward to you and I working more closely together to address issues of concern across both Africa, Europe, and the globe. I also did undertake that I will keep you briefed as the presidents, the 7 presidents who are part of the Africa Peace Mission continue with that work. I did indicate to you that both President Zelensky and President Putin have committed to a further meeting with the African leaders and have been very open to some of the matters that the 7 leaders placed before them. We are very keen that the war between Russia and Ukraine should come to a close. We would like to see peace in the international community, and we would like to see the world going back to addressing the development challenges that confront so many people throughout the world, and that we should not be so focused on just one aspect of the life of humanity. So in closing, Minister, let me thank you once more for having come to South Africa, and I look forward to welcoming you to South Africa very soon. Thank you.